All right, BBN, happy Thanksgiving week. It is rivalry week. Welcome to a very special episode of the right side of Kentucky sports. The Cats and the Cards will play this weekend. And here in Kentucky, it's always a good time when the Cats and the Cards get together. The banter, the shit talking between friends and family. I love every bit of it. So looking forward to talking about that. And then today is the first time for Blitz the Bookie and the right side of Kentucky sports that we will be live streaming one of our episodes. So we are still recording. So for all the regular Blitz the Bookie listeners, the episode will drop like normal, like it does every week on Thursday. But we are live streaming right now as we speak on TikTok Live. So if you are watching on TikTok Live, thank you. We appreciate it. If you're not a follower of Blitz the Bookie, I can't point like I am when I'm close, but hit that button up there and follow Blitz the Bookie. We appreciate you guys stopping in. Like I said, this is the first time doing this live. We've talked about it me and Anthony talked about this last year. Just never really got around to it, but here we are for the first time. Guys, if you have been in my lives before here in the last few weeks, you know that I try to go through the comments and do a good job of reading through the comments, responding, and answering questions as many as I can. This is going to be a little bit different because we are recording our episode, but we are going to try to keep an eye on the comments. And a couple times throughout the show, we'll take some time and we'll read some of the comments and answer some of your questions. So if you do have something that you want us to read or a question, keep it coming. You might have to put it in there a few times. Josh is going to try to keep an eye on them. So we will get to your questions as much as we can. But it's going to be a little different format than usually my lives. The camera is usually right here when I do my lives. It's way, way over there to be able to get all three of us in the shot. So I can't even see the comments. Josh is going to keep an eye on it. So again, TikTok viewers, thank you for stopping in. Hit that follow button. And if you're a podcast listener, check the podcast out. Blitz the Bookie, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Full video is on YouTube. New episodes drop every Thursday. I know Thursday's Thanksgiving, but do it on Friday. Do it on Sunday when there's no good football games, which we talked about. And also, if you don't know about Blitz the Bookie, this is the second half of our show. We just got done recording the first half. So if you've never listened, look for Blitz the Bookie on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or YouTube. All right, guys, of course, this is rivalry week. This is UK U of L, Louisville hate week. But I think we need to at least touch for a minute or two on the basketball situation. We record on Mondays. So since we recorded last time, we got our asses kicked by Michigan State. So I do think we need to touch on that. Guys, how did y'all feel? What was your initial thoughts after the loss to Michigan State?
For me, it was disappointment for sure. I mean, I think everybody, especially after the Purdue win, we spent a lot on our team this year. You know, everybody's heard the number, 22, 23 million. We beat the number one team in the country pretty handily. Talk radio shows around the state. Everybody was just super high on Kentucky. And to come out, lay an egg against Louisville, and then really needing that game against Michigan State and really just not showing no fight really was frustrating. And I'm sure it was for you guys as well.
I know everybody was frustrated, dude. It was bad.
Just disappointing. You know, we had high expectations, and it just didn't meet my expectations. I thought they looked slow. They looked lazy a little bit. We didn't shoot the ball well. I mean, we got out-athleted. I mean, defense, we were slow to get out on the shooters. It was just an overall Michigan State, Tom Izzo ass-whipping that we took.
The hot topic before the game was, Michigan State can't shoot. I know the word going into the game was I think they had made 6 or 7 threes in their first 3 or 4 games. And I don't know if Pope told them, let them shoot the three, but they started knocking them down early. And I don't care how bad of a three-point shooting team you think somebody is. Once they knock down 2, 3, 4 open threes, we're going to have to start closing out. And I don't think we did a good job of closing out. Can we talk about why Kentucky likes to start the game hot? Go back and look at the Louisville game. The first 8 minutes, we played them even. Go look at the Michigan State game. For the first 8 minutes, we played them even. And then we shit the bed. So why is it that our team actually starts hot and then falls apart. Is that a coaching issue?
I think it's substitution patterns.
Yeah, and we talked about the substitutions. I talked about it after the Louisville game. I don't think Pope even had close to a grasp on what he was really wanting to do with the lineups. I don't think he ever found the right lineup. And dude, I actually saw a number at some point last week of the. Did y'all see this?
Of all the different lineup combinations.
How many? You saw it?
Yes.
Did you see it, Anthony?
No, I didn't.
How many different combinations that he's already played? What was the number, Josh?
I can't remember what the number was, but it was a lot.
Like 60.
Yeah.
It was something like I couldn't even believe it.
And even like the best combinations had like played the least together.
Yeah.
Cal had the same problem with the platoon system. If
yeah.
you remember, sometimes you can have too many players. Do you really need 11, 12 players, or do you need like 8 players?
Yeah, we did narrow it down a little bit in Friday's game because who was out?
Loaded.
Diabate was out.
Yep.
So in the game on Friday, we actually did only play like 9 guys, and I think the 9th was like Yelovich or somebody had 12 minutes. So I do think it narrowed down a little bit with Diabate out, but he'll be back. So do you play 10 guys on a team like this? I don't know. I'm sure Pope knows his team way better than we do. So I hope that he figures out whatever the rotation situations are, but I don't think he's done it yet.
I think what this team is missing, and me and Anthony talked about it before the show today, Kentucky doesn't have a star. Like that guy that can take over a game. Like you got Caleb Wilson at North Carolina. You got DeBonce at BYU. You got your boy from Arizona, all freshmen. And we just don't have that elite athlete. We got a bunch of role players that we need to come together and play as a unit, and they're not. And if they're not playing as a unit, we just got a team full of role players.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Josh, and the way NIL is now, the way they're paying players in college basketball, they're making big money. But a lot of top talent coming out of high school that was going to Europe, was going to the G League in that Unite program where they would pay them like $500K. But now the money's bigger than the NIL. So a lot of these big college stars are starting to go back to college. I think you've seen it last year with Duke. There was 3 really good freshmen. You had the kid from Maryland, Queen. There was a handful of other ones. They're starting to have a bigger impact there. For a while, freshmen weren't having very much of an impact in college basketball. And this year, I feel like there's all kinds of star freshmen.
You got Mikael Brown at U of L. There's a lot of good stars, a lot of good young talent.
And I tell you, the word on the street is Pope does not do well recruiting freshmen, kind of like with Patino. They know that he likes playing older players. And maybe it's a combination of Pope don't recruit them either. I don't know. But I know that a lot of your big stars around college basketball right now are freshmen. So my theory on it's been that I think Pope was determined to become a defensive-minded coach this year. And so I think some of his players he went out and got in the portal were some defensive guys. Sometimes you got to be who you are. Pope is an offensive coach. Go out and get scorers. Go out and get shooters. He did a pretty good job with that last year. And I think that's what he should go back to. And I think he's sitting here looking at this team, and he maybe really don't know how to coach it. And maybe he realizes he made a mistake. But at this point, you've spent $23 million. You got to own it, and you got to try to get better.
Yeah, so disappointing loss against Michigan State. There's nothing else to be said. Look, I took some positives away from the Louisville game because we at least tried to battle in the second half. We cut it to 4 a couple times. We really gave ourselves a chance at the end of that game. If Lowe, does a couple different things there, I don't mean to put it on Lowe, but he had a couple situations at the end of the Louisville game that could have cut it to 1 possession, and it could have been different. So I took some positives away from the Louisville game, although no surprise, 75% of Kentucky fans panicked after the Louisville game. I did not, but I will say this. After the Michigan State game, there was not a lot of positives to take away. I think the one positive that I saw was Marino. I think he played well. I think he showed that he's a really good passing big, and I think his ceiling is really high. It was a disappointing game, and I am still not panicking, but I am worried a little bit. But again, we're 6 games into a 30-game season. It's too early to panic. We've seen it many a times in different sports with different teams. You can turn your season around. So I don't even think we're in a situation where we have to turn our season around. We've got
I agree with
2
that.
losses.
Right. Yeah, it's way early. We got time.
Ain't turn your season around. We've got 2 losses.
But I do think there's reason for a panic, but I'm with you.
Not panic, just concern.
Yeah.
Just concern. I know you ain't panicking.
I'm not panicking, but it's, I
concern, absolutely concern. Yes. So look, All we can do is move forward. I know everybody panics. That's what Kentucky fans do. Trust in Pope. Don't give up on him. Look, we had a great year last year, and I know everybody's going to say, well, the way we played against Louisville, Michigan State, there's no way we can beat Gonzaga. There's no way we can beat North Carolina. Guys,
Things
remember,
change.
remember,
we're going to steal one of those games.
Yeah,
we're going to get that. We're going to get back.
We might just be better. We might just get better by then.
exactly. And remember, Pope won a bunch of big games last year. It's not like Pope has shown over his first year that he can't win the big game. He came right out the gate, beat Duke. We had 8 ranked wins last year. I think the most out of any team in the country. Don't panic. We've got 2 losses, and you play 30 games. So we're going to be all right. North Carolina's next Tuesday,
Yes,
right?
yep.
So we'll talk about the North Carolina game on next episode on Monday.
He needs to win that game.
Yes.
He needs to win that game.
Yep. But, I mean, we got 3 or 4 in a row. North Carolina, Indiana, Gonzaga, St. John's, all before Christmas. So
got some opportunities.
Don't panic. So we'll talk about North Carolina on next week's episode, although when next week's episode drops, the game already be over. But who knows? Maybe next Monday we'll be back on here live. We'll see how all this goes. But we do have a game Wednesday, Tennessee Tech,
Yes,
I think,
Tennessee
at
Tech.
home. No reason to talk about it. We need to go in there and blow the doors off Tennessee Tech, continue to progress since the Michigan State game. We came back on Friday, played good, got a huge win, was up. I say huge in point differential, not a big win against a good team. But hey, you got to win against who's in front of you. And
Tennessee Tech be looking to get revenge for their football team.
There you go. There you go. So that's about it for basketball, guys. Josh, I know you've been skimming through those comments. Do we have anybody watching?
Yeah, we got up to 9. There was 96 people in here a few minutes ago.
And then everybody said, y'all suck and dropped out.
They just said, screw these guys. They're trying to be TikTok stars, and they're all 3 of them's ugly. No, we've had some good feedback. Shout out to the Minions here. He said there's only one good blue blood team, and that's BYU.
Oh, here we go. Y'all paying big time for your team. They look good, though. Their
They
starting lineup does. What do you think about your bench, though?
They got him a superstar. I know that.
And then we got Duck, D-U-C-C. He said, let's go Jayhawks. They got them a win today.
It was a bunch of college basketball today.
They got that Players Era tournament. Is that what it's called? There's some big tournament going on that started today.
I don't know what it's called, but I seen there was a full slate of college basketball. So, yeah, I was just wondering if there was any comments in there worth reading or any questions or anything, or anybody telling us we suck. We read those too. I mean,
yeah.
we
somebody tell us what we are. Are we ugly? Are y'all hanging out with us? What's up?
Guys, appreciate y'all stopping in. I don't know who's in here, but we appreciate it. Any of the likes or the gifts. I see my eyes are bad, but I can't see them hearts popping up. Appreciate the hearts, appreciate the likes, the gifts, the roses. We appreciate it. We know it helps us grow as a page and as a podcast. So again, thank you guys for stopping in.
Hey, just real quick, guys asking, all 3 of us are from Louisville, Kentucky. We live in Louisville right now. We're in this prime studio here.
Enemy territory.
Yeah, so we're in the trenches.
Yep. Born in Louisville. I'm sure we all have family members that are Louisville fans. So it's all in good fun, guys. It is Louisville Hate Week, but it's all in good fun. I love it. I love that Louisville's actually back a little bit. I mean, shit, they disappeared for better half of a decade.
My son never really, I feel like, got to experience the rivalry. He's 12, 13 years old. He hadn't. But this year when we lost, man, he was tore up. He just laying on the couch. He's a big sports fan too. He was kind of laying on the couch. And, I kept telling him, Rex, we went 38-0 in basketball. Nobody cared. The regular season mean nothing. And I believe that in basketball. When I seen a team go 38-0 and win the Final Four, I think I'll never see it again. And people don't even talk about it. The regular season means nothing. And I try to convince my son of that. He wasn't having it.
Good for you, Rex. At least he's not playing Fortnite and he's watching the games, unlike my kids who want to ask me to take them to a game, but then they won't even watch the game because they'd rather play Fortnite. So you guys got anything else on basketball?
Now let's roll in.
Move on?
Yep.
All right, on to football, guys. Louisville Hate Week, UK U of L this Saturday. It's rivalry week. There's a bunch of great rivalry games. If you want to hear about the other rivalry games, check out the first half of Blitz the Bookie. We went over all the other games, but here we are focused on the Cats and the Cards. Is it the battle of who played shittier last week? Is it what do we call this? I know it's the Governor's Cup, but should we rename it this week? I know we did play bad last week and we got drummed, but for a month before that, Kentucky football has been trending up. And let's be honest, Louisville's been on a free fall. They've lost 3 straight and chance here to lose 4 straight to end their season. Everything's falling apart. I hear people saying their fans are giving up, their players are giving up. I don't know what's going on over there, but it is a disaster. What do y'all think about the game? I mean, is Louisville going to have enough players to play the game?
That's what I want to ask some of the Louisville fans in here. Everybody yelling CARDS. I mean, who's playing? You have 3 running backs I know that are out. Isaac Brown's out. The other 2 guys are out. Bell is out.
Can they bring in Michael Brown?
Or Michael Bush? They need them all.
Michael Brown or Michael Bush?
Yeah, they need one of them.
That's what happens when you hire a bunch of mercenaries. I mean, look, and Kentucky does the same thing. But I think when you get towards the end of the season, if things ain't going good, you start seeing players quit, players not, injured, which to me, the new injury is halfway quitting. I don't believe all the injuries. I don't believe them. I just flat out tell you.
And then I think Brom said today that Moss is hurt and he might play. And if he does play, he's still planning on using multiple quarterbacks.
That could be some gamesmanship. I think they'll want to win the game. I think both teams will be motivated. Look, Kentucky, we got to get healthy, with our DBs, man.
That ain't going to happen by this weekend.
Yeah, no, but if we just get a few of them back.
Have they said anything about Afari? Because he was supposed to play last week. What happened? He got paid off. Anthony says he got paid off.
Dude, I'm telling you, we had way too many DBs.
Vandy paid them off.
They knew exactly how to attack because Vandy pretty much abandoned the run early. I think they had 4 running plays the whole first half outside of Pavia. They're a running team. They knew how they were going to attack us. We had all these DB missings, guys that were supposed to be coming back, didn't come back. They paid them guys not to play. Dude, I'm convinced of
it. I wouldn't put it past them.
No, I think that's the easiest way to cheat.
Yeah,
to pay somebody not to play.
We love talking about the cheating, guys. So if y'all like to hear about the cheating and the scandals, Blitz the Bookie will talk about all the stuff the other shows can't.
DJ Waller, one of our starters, he was supposed to be coming back. Didn't come back. I mean, it was going to be a huge gift for us. I mean, he's one of our top cover guys. We ain't seen almost all season. Green was out. I mean, we had a lot of defensive players out in the Vandy. That's where they attacked us. And look, as good as they looked, some of that's, I'm going to say they were going against people who weren't that good. With our NIL budget we don't have enough money for great backups, guys. Not unless we just hit on the high school recruits that we have, and they're a little bit better than what we thought they were, and we've had a few of those. But, with the NIL budget we have, we're not going to have backups. So I feel like that's what we fought. I still would have liked to have been able to run the ball against them. They threw those different blitz packages at Cutter where they have like the 6 defensive linemen up and only bring 4, another 2 dropping coverage. Indiana does that a lot. I mentioned on our show earlier. But I really think Cutter had trouble setting up protections and wasn't able to get the run game going. Our offense don't work without our run game working. So I know a lot of people were frustrated. We kept trying to run the ball, but I think we had to because I think that's the only way our offense works.
Now, Vandy had a perfect game plan. I really give their coach a lot of credit. They basically attacked us perfectly on offense and defense. Defensively, they were getting pressure on Cutter all night. And go back and watch. Half the time they got pressure, maybe even more than half the time they got pressure, they got it without blitzing. They were getting it with 4 guys up front. And, Cutter, let's just be honest, he didn't respond to the pressure well. But he's a young quarterback. He's got plenty of time. It's probably a good thing that Cutter did see that. It sucked that he couldn't do anything and that we got our asses kicked. But in the long run, what that did was expose Cutter's ability to perform with pressure in his face consistently in an SEC game. And guess what? You better get used to it because that's going to happen a lot. And so, look, he's got the whole offseason. Yep. All right. He's going to come back and he's going to light up Louisville and we're going to bust their ass. And then he's going to have all season. And you better believe they will be working on making passes and better decisions and quicker decisions under pressure. So, yes, we got our ass kicked. Yes, it sucked. Yes, Cutter looked like shit. But I think in the long run, that will be a positive that he saw that kind of pressure. Like I said, they put pressure on the quarterback. We could not get the run game going. And then on offense, like Anthony said, they didn't even run the ball in the first half. They attacked our defense or our defensive backs, which is where we were beat up. We were missing a couple guys, and maybe they were paid off by Vandy or Pavia's mom. But, Vandy had the plan, and they stuck to the plan. They exploited our defensive backs, and they kicked our ass, period. I give a lot of credit to their coach. He was not on my radar. That dude's a good coach. I think
coming off a bye.
everybody
No,
should
he
be
was.
going
I
after
agree.
that guy.
Yep. I said it on the pregame show, or not the pregame show, but the show before this, that Pavia worked us and his mama twerked on us.
Wow.
We
got worked and twerked.
I like it.
Well, while we're on that, have y'all seen anybody ever put on TV that's not a football player so many damn times in one game?
You ain't never seen a stripper on TV. A football game. She's a stripper.
Oh, in the first half alone, they had to show her 15, 20 times. I don't know how many times it was, but it was a lot. I mean,
she's
goodness.
doing sexual poses. I mean, dude, she's calling for it. Dude.
It was not safe for work. I mean, I was covering up my kids' eyes.
Yes. I told Rex, I was like, buddy, you're not old enough for this.
How do they even put that on national television? They should have blurred that out. And then I saw her on the field afterwards with Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
And
hey, can someone in the live tell me? I tried to Google it during the last show. How old is Pavia's mom? Is she 39? Is she 56?
The internet says it's unknown. So somebody dig into it for us and let us know how old Pavia's mom is. On the record right here, right now, I said early 40s. I'm going to just guess 40. I'm going to guess 44. What's your guess?
51.
What's your guess?
48, 49.
All right. Come on. Somebody tell us, how old is Pavia's mom? But man, she getting paid, ain't she?
She's got
She on OnlyFans? Blitz the Bookie's on OnlyFans. If you're on OnlyFans, make sure you look for Blitz the Bookie.
She's trying to hide her, with Diego having all the success and making all the money. She's trying to hide her past. She was a stripper in New Mexico, I think.
We've heard some rumors about him, but I'm not. Hey, look, Blitz the Bookie put a rumor out last week. We are not the rumor mill. I promise you we're not. So we're going to keep this one to ourselves, but there is definitely some rumors about Pavia and his family and his mom. So we'll leave it at that. But somebody tell us how old she is. All right, guys, on to Louisville. We're kicking their ass, ain't we?
You know, I hope so. I think both teams.
Are we going? Is Blitz? Josh is going.
I'm going.
Josh is going.
I'm going.
I'll be out
Just
of
you and
town.
Heather?
I'll be out of town.
Got Matt Shadwick and his wife Chelsea. I'm meeting Pat Walton out there. I mean, I'm rallying the troops.
Hey, if you're going to
It's
be,
going to be a mixture of UK, U of L.
You tailgating?
I'm trying to figure all that out. Just depends. It might be raining. We're talking about maybe a cold rain. Yes.
Well, if you are out at the game, the Kentucky Louisville game, make sure you look for Blitz the Bookie Josh over here. He's going to have some Blitz the Bookie merch that he will give out. So if you see him,
you just yell Blitz the Bookie Josh.
Look out for him.
I'll tell you what we should anticipate as Kentucky fans, and I'm sure Mark Stoops will and Butch will as well. Louisville's going to use that same game plan they used against Florida State. They're going to attack the line of scrimmage after seeing Cutter have trouble. They might even try to use that similar pressures as Vandy did. But they're going to attack the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to take our run game away from us. They're going to play really aggressive. And we're going to have some opportunities, Cutter is, to make some throws. Because I really think they're going to use the same game plan they did against Carson Beck. Try to take the run game away. Try to put pressure on him and see how he handles it. Because Cutter didn't look good against pressure last week. Now, it was kind of disguised pressure. Can Louisville do the same thing Vandy did? I don't know. But I do look for that same game plan. And I look for Kentucky to continue to try to run the ball. But they're going to have to look to attack downfield. And whether Miller Moss plays or not, that's a big deal. Because, look, we can all say Miller Moss did no good. He's a decent quarterback. I just think he has some highs and lows. But we've all seen Miller Moss be good at times. So
he must be better than the kid that they got in now. Because
that guy looked bad. But I think Brom wouldn't let that guy throw the ball downfield. He had a couple good throws in the first half, but then the second half, Brom, they didn't take no chances.
That's like they were pretty good, though.
They are, but they were already down.
Yeah.
They were already down big. Why are you still playing conservative?
Yeah, but
what's the difference? You're already beat by 30. Why not get beat by 50? If he's going to throw a bunch of pick sixes, the guy's got to get experience. Throw the ball freaking downfield.
Yeah. It's easy to say that, but when you can't run the ball, you can get your quarterback teed off on too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean that can just come with the pass rush. But I get what you're saying. I've heard a lot of people say they were frustrated Kentucky was still running the ball. You're going to get cut or hurt if not. If you just let them boys tee off on a pass rush. The run game at least keeps them honest and, where they can't just freaking come with nothing but pass rushers.
Well, hopefully, like you said, hopefully we can at least get maybe one guy back in the defensive backfield. But look, Louisville's missing, 3 running backs? Yeah. Are they even going to be able to establish a run against us? So will they be forced to just pass the ball all night? which, with the way we looked last week, that might be what they want to do is pass the ball. But I look for our DBs and our secondary to step it up this week and play much better than they did last week.
I mean, Louisville's missing their number one receiver. Bell's out.
Yeah, and so top receiver and
Backs?
top three running backs.
And a one-legged Miller Moss.
I need to see our DB situation because I'm telling you, if we had the same situation with our DBs, we weren't just missing one or two guys. We're missing like 4. Plus, as far as our best coverage linebacker, he's kind of like a DB.
We need him.
I tell you the one thing I like about Pavia, it seems like he always makes the right decision.
He played almost a perfect game.
33 for 39, 480-something yards. Dude had 500.
I'm surprised he had 6 incompletions because he looked like he played perfect.
Dude, they knew where to attack us. It was the perfect game plan. Coming off a bye, they paid off our DBs. It was the perfect game plan.
Dude, you hear him? He keeps throwing that in there. They paid off our DBs.
Like every DB we had.
If you know Blitz the Bookie, Anthony, he
we have 4 DBs.
Tell me I'm wrong about the cheating and point shaving. Y'all see it. Everybody here watches college football. If they bet it, whatever, and you're watching these games, and you're telling me some of these games aren't point shaving. We've seen with the Chauncey Billups thing, the LeBron thing. We've seen all kinds of stuff that gets swept underneath the rug. If you don't think they're cheating by now, I question your mind.
I hear you. They're definitely cheating. You want to go ahead and let the TikTok audience? How many we got on
32
here?
right now.
Hey, you want to let these 32 people know who the biggest cheaters in college football are?
2 of them we know for sure.
Let them know.
Look, there's a bunch of them from week to week. and you can look and see them.
Let him
but
go.
Let me just tell you,
cook.
Oregon and Indiana are the biggest cheaters in the game. That's how they fund their NIL.
Baby. Don't put your hard-earned money on it. This is not financial advice. Do not put your hard-earned money on Indiana or Oregon.
And let me tell you who I think is a pretty honest team. Now, there's might be other honest teams, but I think I'm not a fan, but I've watched them. They'll cover late. A lot of teams when they're point shaving, they won't cover late, given every opportunity. I think Ohio State's a pretty fair playing team. I really do. I think you get a fair, honest wager when you bet them.
And tune into the first half of Blitz the Bookie. We'll tell you all the NFL teams that are cheating too, because there's a bunch of them. I think we talked about 2 or 3 of them this week.
You can't look up referees and where that you can't do it. If you look up officials and where they officiated in games past, you have to literally go to every team's official website, pull up the official box score, and that's the only place it tells referees. They hide that. They do it. They say to protect the officials. But
somebody needs to come up with a spreadsheet on that.
I think there is like a gambling place you can pay like a certain fee, and they have all that. But Anthony is starting his own database
here. Blitz the Bookie database. Let's make our own database.
Yes, and I've already seen, because I go through a lot of play-by-plays, and so it's not hard to find because a lot of third downs you'll get holding calls or pass interference to keep drives going. You'll just see a lot of calls like when they get in 2nd and long, they'll give them a penalty to get out of it. And it's not hard to see if you really just look by the play-by-plays, and then I'm matching them up with officials, and I've already caught a couple doubles, which, at that point I think, okay, they're tied into this team or not. I'll tell you this, that the officials, Josh, you might know this because Josh did a little officiating. They don't name the officials till like a few minutes before the game. That's all protected. Yes.
Oh, you're talking about they don't release.
Oh, right.
They don't release who they are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. That's
dude, look.
Because they don't want the gamblers to get to them before.
Yeah, they get.
But they know though. But
that's because Vegas has already got the refs in their pocket.
Don't nobody follow them to the airport now. Not when millions of dollars are involved or nothing like that. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't go look at their flight schedules or nothing. UK fans are so crazy. I remember this in days when I used to be on the message boards. When Cal,
oh, we still do it.
Yeah,
they were doing it last year when we were with Danny Hurley and Scott Drew.
But at least it's a lot easier now. Back in the day, it wasn't as easy. I mean, there's so much technology now. Like back in the day, it was kind of hard to track a flight, and they would do it together and track flights. The wild world of BBN, baby.
I'm looking forward to this weekend. I know the football season's been a little bit disappointing, and the performance last week, I predicted us to beat Vandy. I just wanted us, I wish we would have played a little bit tighter with them, at least competed a little bit more. But I'm still looking forward to this game. I don't care I don't know if I said it on this yet, but I said it in the first half of the show. Nothing that has happened the rest of the season up until this point, nothing matters anymore.
I totally agree.
It
Let's just enjoy this game. Let's get a win.
Nothing else matters.
Hey, Charlie, tell everybody who we are real quick. There's people asking. They're just saying, who are these guys?
What's the bookie, baby? Taking over for the 9-9.
Yeah, the 9-9. That's how old we are. We're taking over for the 2-6. Guys, Blitz the Bookie podcast. We appreciate everybody that's in here checking us out. We are not a gambling podcast. We talk a little bit of gambling, but we are not trying to sell you picks. We're just three Kentucky fans that have fun talking about sports, make fun of each other, argue with each other all the time. We're playing nice right now because this is our first time on live, but trust me, it gets a little heated, and we're good enough friends where we can just lay into each other, and we're all good afterwards. So, guys, if you're a podcast listener, check it out. If you like the YouTube thing, subscribe to Blitz the Bookie on YouTube. I don't push the YouTube as much as I probably should. Trying to do the TikTok thing for now, but we really do want to try to get our subscribers up on YouTube too. So if you are a YouTuber, subscribe to Blitz the Bookie on YouTube and follow us on TikTok. We try to keep up on TikTok as much as we can. This guy over here is like in the last week has turned into a TikTok champion. So definitely check out Blitz the Bookie Anthony, Blitz the Bookie Josh on TikTok, and follow the main Blitz the Bookie page. Me, I don't have a personal page, so
He is the Blitz the Bookie.
I am Blitz the Bookie.
So guys, I'm Blitz the Bookie Josh. If you notice, I'm the guy. If you've been to our live before, I'm the guy who's usually answering your questions in the live that you never respond to. But so give me a follow so you know who I am. But Blitz the Bookie Josh, I'm usually the moderator, try to help Charlie answer some questions, keep this live going, give him some info as he's sitting there talking about Kentucky sports.
I'm the arguer. Usually you'll find me and Charlie in a deep shouting match. We ain't had nothing tonight, but it's all good fun.
Yeah,
if we ever get in a big one, just remember we're always friends afterwards. Look, guys, I think Charlie said it best. And that's why I like doing this. I even told Charlie one day when we were, probably halfway, we've been doing this about a year and a half now. I'm just really figuring out what we want to do with it. But, I told Charlie one day, I said, this got to be fun for me. It's great if it grows into something, but it's got to be fun because I do have fun doing it. And I will say this, guys, I have a blast doing this. I look forward to when we get together. I'm sure it's just like a lot of you guys at home. You get together with your buddies in the garage, in the basement, or at the bar, wherever it is, talking sports, BSing. I think gone are the days where you just tune in to listen to one outlet or one set of propaganda. Yeah, I'm saying it. But whatever it is, it's guys talking, BSing, arguing. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. Today I had to swear not to talk about NIL money and how much basketball is getting versus how much football is getting. So I got to be on my good behavior today, but I'd love to talk about that.
Hey, tune in next week. We'll be right back on the money situation. Look, I know everybody wants to talk about the money. Everybody in that chat probably wants to talk about the money right now. To me, we've talked about it a lot. So it's kind of getting tiring to me. I know it's a hot topic, and I know everybody wants to hear about it. It's Louisville hate week. We haven't even hated on Louisville enough tonight.
We need to buy them off. We need to pay off the players.
Buy them off?
Yeah, if you probably get a couple bottles of like Crown Royal and take it down to the dorms.
Crown Royal and
a
little
deuce or
$20 stripper.
Yep.
I
guarantee you, if you tell the U of L DBs that you'll give them like a VIP thing at the Thoroughbred Lounge, all the drinks you can want, all the dances you want, I guarantee you that's all you need. You probably do that for like $800. Thoroughbred Lounge, all inclusive for all the DBs. If you're a DB on U of L's team, we'll attack their DBs just like we learned from Vandy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we're not giving any opinions on Stoops this week. It's all positive vibes.
Always positive here. That's negative Nancy over
there. Hey, look, we do our fair share of criticizing, and we will criticize. But we came into tonight and this right side of Kentucky sports episode wanting to make this about Kentucky and Louisville, and we didn't want to get into the money thing in basketball. We didn't want to get into do we like Stoops? Should Stoops be fired?
Money thing.
All we need to do right now for the next 5 or 6 days is BBN, unite together, get on the same page, put your blue on every day this week, and just get on the same page for one more week. That's it. If you cannot do that for the Kentucky-Louisville football game, I question if you're a real Kentucky fan.
You're not.
I'm sorry.
You're not.
I don't care what our record is. If you can't get up for the Kentucky Louisville football game. What are we doing, guys?
Absolutely.
So come on. That's all I want is, and I really would love to see a lot of blue in the stadium. What do y'all think about that? Usually
this got to be in the blue.
I know you will, but usually we have a pretty good showing because there's tons of Kentucky fans in Louisville. But as you noted, the weather's not supposed to be good. Both teams are down. Louisville's got a bunch of players hurt. Kentucky fans are way down on Kentucky football. Do they even go out there in the bad weather? I don't know, but I hope there's a lot of blue out there, guys. If you're here in Louisville or you're in Kentucky and you have a chance to go to the game and look for Blitz the Bookie, Josh. You might even see me and Anthony out there. Who knows? We make last-second decisions to go to the game all the time. But, guys, let's try to get some blue in that stadium because I got a feeling it ain't going to be full of red. Matter of fact, we know it's not going to be full of red because they don't fill it when they're good.
They're at the party deck.
They're at the party deck. They're out in the parking lot playing cornhole, drinking Crown Royal.
I'm going to be on the party deck.
Josh is going to the party deck.
Josh is
You know why? You know why he's going to the party deck? Because his wife's a Louisville fan, and that's where she wants to hang out is the party deck, Heather.
Let's go.
Is Heather on here watching? Heather's taking Josh to the party
I bet
deck.
you it'd be a more affordable ticket, UFL UK ticket with the weather, with both fan bases like being down. I hate to say that. I know ours is. I'm not. But I think it'd be a cheaper ticket for Saturday with the weather.
Oh, it should be. It should be a cheap ticket.
I've been seeing them on Facebook.
What?
Who wants tickets?
As long as
free?
I see it,
I don't know if it was free or not, but I bet it's minimal.
Cheap.
60 on Vivid Seats. But let me tell you,
you get it for 25.
But I do tickets this far out. They're usually really high because people have their prices high far out, and as they get close, they'll drop. So 60 right now, that's pretty loud.
So what's y'all's take on the game?
Well, real quick, I do want to mention just this one thing. I haven't even heard this guy's name in weeks, but I wonder what Vince Marrow's thinking now.
I know.
Wonder what Vince is thinking. You know, Louisville started off hot. Kentucky started off 2-5. They were sitting at like 7-1. He was probably sitting over there just going, yeah. And then they just literally fell off a cliff and looked like dog shit. Miller Moss, I didn't even hear the comments until just this past weekend, but he goes in the press conference and said they had some stuff going on in the locker room or something like that. Did you hear that? Yeah, I guess that was after, I think maybe the Clemson game.
You didn't hear as much of this before NIL, dude. I'm telling you, a lot of this is stemming from the NIL. And
how bad can it be though when you're 7? They were like 7-3 after the Clemson game, and he's talking about bad chemistry and all this stuff going. You're 7-3. Yeah. It can't be that bad.
Well, there was some. You're talking about Miller Moss.
Yeah, Miller Moss. Yeah. And I think
he was talking about like the bad attitudes on the field. It was a discipline thing. It was a culture thing for U of L, and he didn't think it was
culture. Yeah, he said culture.
He didn't think it could be something that could be fixed this season.
I think it's hard to build culture in today's NIL world. You know, I know Kirby's trying to do it down there in Georgia by not doing as many portal players. Dabo's trying to do it. It's backfired on him. But when you're bringing in, 40, 50 new players every year, can you even have culture, or is it just luck of the draw?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't develop that. And I seen there were some guys on Twitter today, or X, whatever you want to call it, bashing Vince Marrow because there's a player from St. X, one of the better recruits in the state of Kentucky, decommitted from Louisville today.
Really?
So they were bashing him. You know, sometimes it pays to be undercover guys. Been here bringing the heat here to Blitz the Bookie.
Look, Vince got him a contract. That was smart by Vince getting him a contract. Vince's position, I said as soon as this came out, before I heard anywhere else, when he left for Louisville, there was a time when I thought Vince was the lifeblood of our program. He was the recruiter. He was the guy going to living rooms. But that's when recruiting was about tradition and in-state talent a lot of times. When the NIL started, I seen it right away. It was about money. I start reading. I start learning. It was about money, and I seen it real fast. And so, to me, a guy like Morrow has no value no more.
He doesn't matter.
You bring
definitely
your check.
not as
I need a guy that can
all.
evaluate talent now. That's who I need now is a guy that can evaluate talent because I only got X amount of dollars. And if you're UK football, you got a hell of a lot less than the basketball team and the rest of the SEC. But you got to be able to evaluate talent, and you got to be able to use your dollars wisely, not unless you're Ohio State, not unless you're Oregon. So
I agree with that. But with that point, why does Vince get the heat when something like that happens?
Because
when it's more about the money than Vince,
And I went down, of course, so I got to go down the comments, and someone said, Another school offered him $300,000. I don't know if it was $300,000 or $300,000 more, but that's what someone in the comments said.
About who's this now?
The player from St. X.
Okay.
Yeah,
because they were expecting Vince to come in and get those kids from the state of Kentucky, from Louisville, like he did when he was at UK.
I'm telling you, I get on the message boards. I talk to fans. Like, because, I've been a big supporter of Stoops, okay? I'm telling you, I would say more than the average. I would say 80, 90% of fans, they don't understand it's about money right now. Like, they are still talking about, like, oh, this guy's a good recruiter. They recruit a little bit, but recruiting is not even – Ohio State's recruiting budget dropped by 80%. It's not about recruiting no more. It's about getting that damn checkbook out and writing checks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying there ain't a little recruiting going on, but it's nowhere – it's nothing like it was. It's show me the money.
All right, so prediction time.
1,000,000 to 2.
I like it.
$1 million to 2.
We get a safety because we give them a safety.
Because we nailed it in the end zone.
Yeah.
We nailed it in the end zone.
There you go. I like it. Josh, what do you got?
I think Kentucky wins. We were all way off on the UK U of L basketball game, but I think, yes, UK took a step back last week, but I think we got more to play for. We need to make a bowl. These guys, our players got something to play for, and our players have not quit this year. They're still playing for Stoops.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
And I think there's a lot of players on U of L that's checked out. Not checked out, but they've checked into a freaking ambulance is what they've checked into. Checked out of the game and into the hospital. But I think Kentucky's just healthier, and I think they got more to play for.
I don't know about healthier, but yeah.
I'm going to say 27-17.
Okay.
Cats.
I like it.
Give me the Cats 34-24. The Cats get it done. Stoops wins, goes 6-6. Make a bowl game. We're going to the Music City Bowl.
Let's go,
boys.
Nash Vegas.
You
baby.
already know
Nash
if we
Vegas.
go 6-6, we go into the if we don't go to Music City Bowl, we're probably going to the Birmingham Bowl. So get ready for one of those two, but I'll take either one of them. The Cats beat the Cards because that's what we do. Yeah, y'all beat us last week, but that's what we do. We beat the Cards, and I like it. I might be there. I might make a last-second decision to go invade Papa John Stadium.
I will be in Clemson territory. We go down
going?
there.
I was wondering if you were going. You
Yeah.
hadn't said anything. When y'all leaving?
Wee hours of the morning, Thursday morning on Thanksgiving, we will be in Clemson, South Carolina, or Greenville, South Carolina. Hopefully about like 8 or 9, 10, somewhere in there.
All right, guys, that's our predictions. Everybody that tuned in on TikTok, guys, thank you all very much. Look, I cannot see much, but I don't know if I've seen the hearts stop pretty much basically the whole time we've been going. Guys, thank you all for listening. Thank you for following. If you followed Blitz the Bookie, thank you for commenting, engaging in the chat. I'm sorry we couldn't get through a lot more of these comments and answer some questions, but we're limited on time. It's 11 o'clock at night. These two got to work tomorrow. It's going to rain all day. I'm probably not going to be doing much work tomorrow, but still got to get up early, take the kids to school. Guys, put your blue on every day this week and get on the same page. We have got to beat these dirty birds. You see what they do when they beat us. They don't know how to act, okay? They have no clue how to act.
Step it up, Chaz. You're not act.
We've got to get this done. Guys, have a good Thanksgiving. This is one of my favorites. There it is. Watch out.
The Wildcat, baby.
Hey, spend some time with your family. Eat some good food. Watch some good football. And make sure that you throw some jokes around about the Louisville Cardinals. We didn't throw as many around in this episode as I thought we would, but it's L's down all day, baby. Go Big Blue.
Go Big
We'll
Blue.
see y'all next week. Guys, appreciate y'all stopping in. Catch us back next week on Blitz the Bookie. See y'all.
Go
See ya.
Cats.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Yeah. Wildcats, he's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.